Today, we are going deep inside one of the most sophisticated psychological exploits happening right now. Look, this isn't about a bad date or getting your heart broken. We're going to deconstruct what's called the intimacy funnel. It's a clinical, almost weaponized system that's designed to turn your search for a real connection into a backdoor for a total financial heist. Okay, let's dive in.
Just let that sink in for a second. This is the core paradox, right? This is what makes this scam so unbelievably devastating. It doesn't target greed. It doesn't target carelessness. It targets our deepest, most human need, the need to be seen, to be understood, to just not feel so alone anymore. The scammer weaponizes the relief, that incredible relief you feel when you think you finally found your person.
So, let's be crystal clear about something. What we're talking about here is not a romance that just goes bad. Not at all. This is a calculated financial operation run by professional syndicates of what you could call heart hunters. They speak the language of fate, of destiny, of soulmates, but their goal is cold, hard asset liquidation.
So, how does it even begin? Well, it starts with the feeling. That unbelievable, almost electric rush of an instant connection. You know the one. The feeling that you've known this person your entire life. But what we're about to break down is how that synchronicity you're feeling, it's not fate. It's a meticulously engineered illusion.
This slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? It's the fantasy versus the cold, hard reality. So on the left, you see what the victim is feeling, this magical sense that it was all meant to be. But on the right, that's the scammer's system. That feeling of synchronicity is actually a digital mirror, and it's built from AI-driven deep scraping of your entire online life. They aren't the one. They're a synthetic soulmate, custom-built from your own data to be your perfect match. And that brings us to the industrial scale of this whole thing. It's often called pig butchering. It's a brittle term, but it's accurate. The scammer's job is to fatten up the pig, that's the victim, with affection and trust before the slaughter, which is the financial extraction. They weaponize something called unearned intimacy, creating this incredibly deep bond at a super accelerated pace. They can make you feel closer to them, a total stranger, in just a few weeks than you do to people you've known for years. And listen, the goal here isn't just to get a few $1,000s. The end game is total asset liquidation. They want your savings, they want your investments, and they especially want your retirement funds. But as devastating as that financial ruin is, the psychological trauma it's just profound. It's the realization that your soulmate, the person you poured your heart and soul into, was never, ever real. It was a script, a persona. And that experience, it can completely shatter a person's sense of reality.
So how do they actually do it? Well, let's treat this like the clinical intelligence operation that it is. We can break down this intimacy funnel into 5 very distinct phases. This isn't random, it's a playbook, and it's executed with chilling precision.
And here they are, the 5 phases of the operation. It all starts with scraping, then it moves to the love bombing hook, then neural entrainment, then the manufactured crisis, and finally, the extraction and exit. Let's break down exactly how they build this trap step by step, starting with their reconnaissance.
Okay, phase 1. Before they even send that first hello, they are studying you. They use AI tools to scrape everything, your social media profiles, your posts, your comments. But they're not looking for your passwords. They're conducting a deep psychological analysis, searching for your emotional voids. You know, a recent divorce, the loss of a loved one, posts about feeling lonely or unappreciated at work. The crucial point here is they are figuring out what you are emotionally starving for, so they can pretend to be the person who provides it.
Phase 2 is the hook. This is where they make contact and unleash the love bombing. And it is an overwhelming flood of attention. Good morning texts before you're even awake. Good night texts, constant validation, super supportive messages all day long. The intensity is what matters. Their goal isn't to get a date with you, it's to create total dependency. They want to become so woven into the fabric of your daily life that your brain's reward center gets addicted to them, making them feel like a biological necessity.
And this next part, this is where it gets really clever. Phase 3, neural entrainment. This is where they start using all that data they scraped on you. They start creating these impossible coincidences. All of a sudden, they just happen to have the same rare favorite book as you, the same obscure dream of retiring in that one specific little town, the same niche political or social values you just posted about. This isn't fate, it's mirroring. It's a technique designed to completely bypass your logical skepticism and trick your brain into feeling like this person is literally an extension of you, your soulmate.
Now, I know from the outside looking in, this all sounds so obvious. But from the inside, it's incredibly effective. And there's a very real neurochemical reason for that. This isn't a failure of someone's intelligence, it's a feature of our biology being exploited. So let's look at why your logical brain completely shuts down right when you need it the most.
Right? Why do smart, successful, careful people fall for this? Why doesn't that logical part of our brain, the part that's supposed to spot red flags, why doesn't it kick in and just scream, wait a minute? Well, the answer lies in our own brain chemistry.
The scammer actually induces a state in your brain called affective myopia. Affective just means emotion, and myopia means nearsightedness. So you get it, emotional nearsightedness. Basically, the intense positive emotion of feeling loved and chosen and finally understood, it creates a massive psychological blind spot. You literally become unable to see the red flags waving right in your face because, well, you just feel too good. Here's probably the simplest way to put it. All that love bombing and mirroring, it triggers a massive release of oxytocin in your brain. That's the bonding hormone. It's the same chemical that bonds a mother to her newborn child. It is incredibly powerful, and its main job is to lower our defenses and build trust. So when your brain is flooded with oxytocin, the analytical, logical part of your brain, it takes a back seat. The scammer isn't hacking your computer, they're hacking your humanity.
Okay, so now that we understand the anatomy of the attack, let's pivot to the defense, because knowing how it works is the first step, but you need a practical, actionable strategy. We call this the Reality Density Protocol. It's a set of rules designed to keep you grounded in reality when your emotions are trying to fly away.
Let's walk through this playbook together. First up, the pace audit. Is it all happening way too fast? If someone you have never met in person is talking about fate or soulmates within days or weeks, that is a 100% giant waving red flag. Real intimacy takes time. Next, the air gap. This is a non-negotiable rule. You never, ever mix money with a new online romance. A real partner wants you, your presence, not your portfolio. Third, verify them on a live video call. Insist on it, and make it unscripted. Ask them to do something specific and random, like touch their ear while holding up 2 fingers. A scammer using a deepfake or a stolen video can't do that. And finally, end the secrecy. Scammers will always try to isolate you from your friends and family. You have to do the opposite. Talk to people. Isolation is the perfect environment for this kind of scam to thrive.
And when that inevitable request for money comes up, that artificial crisis we talked about, you need a tool ready to go. This boundary script right here, this is your tool. I really value our connection, but I have a strict rule. I never mix my financial life with my emotional life. Let's please keep this about us. A genuine person, even one in real trouble, will respect that boundary. A scammer will not. They will immediately pivot to anger or guilt or manipulation. They'll try to make you feel selfish for protecting yourself. Their reaction to this one sentence will tell you everything you need to know.
So, as we wrap this all up, let's just distill it down to the core ideas. Understanding this system isn't about becoming cynical or closing yourself off from finding love. It's about becoming discerning. It's about learning to engage with the world with both your heart and your eyes wide open. So, let's lock in these 4 pillars of your defense. First, you have to understand the scam. It's engineered synchronicity. It's a manufactured feeling of fate. Second, recognize the system they use. It's intermittent reinforcement, that addictive cycle of intense attention and then sudden withdrawal. Third, know the psychology behind it. It's an oxytocin hijack, turning your own bonding hormones against you. And finally, your protection. Forensic pacing. Slow everything down. Demand real-world proof.
And if there is just one thought I can leave you with today, let it be this mantra. Say it to yourself. I don't find fate in a DM. A real, lasting connection is built slowly, not discovered in a flash. A real partner wants your growth, not your equity. Remember that, and you'll be able to search for connections safely.